to A Basic Look, the show where we look at Dungeons and Dragons from a simple perspective. I'm your host, Wally. Today's D&D topic will be the Ranger class. We will look at how they're described in the player's handbook, what the basic abilities of the Ranger are at second level, why you should or must talk to your dungeon master before the campaign starts while making your Ranger. And lastly, we're just going to look at how the Ranger has pretty good roleplay opportunities. We're going to look at second level because there are less abilities to cover. But bear with me, the Ranger gets complicated, so I'm going to be looking at notes a lot. Now, we're also, of course, going to cover why we need to talk to our game master before the game starts or you join the game completely with your Ranger, because there's some choices you have to make that will apply. Now, the Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook short breakdown of the Ranger says they are a warrior who uses martial prowess and nature magic to combat threats on the edges of civilization. So they're the out in the middle of nowhere wilderness fighter type who also can use magic. According to D&D Beyond, it's best to stick your highest stats as dexterity, then wisdom. Dexterity is going to help you with your abilities. Rangers usually, I guess, as a stereotype, have ranged attacks, and that's where dexterity comes in, as that helps with those weapons hit and damage. Wisdom is going to make your spells stronger, last longer, and a lot of your abilities work better. And here's where it gets really complicated. Second level, the Ranger gets 4 abilities. But these are intricate, to say the least. First one, favored enemy. That's going to let you choose a type of creature or 2 humanoid creatures, such as orc or human or elf, something like that. That, for all intents and purposes, you're good at hunting or killing. This allows you to have advantage on your rolls to track or recall information about them. And if this creature speaks a language, you speak that language. So it helps you hunt them down by being able to talk to them or things that interact with them, pretend to be them, blend in, all that fun kind of role-playing stuff. Now, Natural Explorer lets you choose an environment that your Ranger is an expert in. This is another reason you want to talk to your Game Master, because when, say, if your environment is mountains and it becomes difficult terrain, which means everybody's movement speed is halved, as a Ranger, if your chosen environment is that, it's not difficult terrain anymore. They don't have half move speed. You have full movement speed as the whole party. Really helpful. And that's why it's only in your chosen terrain, though. So you get why I'm saying talk to your game master. Now, fighting style is like all the others that we talked about. The fighting style, look deeper into this. But there's, for the Ranger, you have the choices of archery, defense, dueling, or 2-weapon fighting, so dual wielding. Yeah. I find it fun to see when people who can dual wield in real life. It's cool. And then, of course, you get spellcasting, which you get to cast Ranger spells, which are slightly different than Paladin spells or Wizard spells or Warlock spells. So it just kind of goes along with that whole system. Now, this is when we walk into the role-playing aspect and talk about why you need to talk to your game master before the game. The Ranger has a great opportunity for roleplay with favored enemy, because why are they a favored enemy? kill their family? Did they just hunt them their whole lives? Did they steal their loved one? I don't know. Your choice there, why they hunt them. Do they just hate them for no reason whatsoever? Which is an awkward topic. Now, and that's why you need to talk to your game master, because if your favorite enemy is the enemies you're going to be fighting most commonly in the campaign, it actually becomes a very useful ability and makes the ranger useful. Some people think they're not. I think they are. But anyways. And then when we're talking about favored terrain, or should I say your natural explorability, which you choose a favored terrain, you don't want to choose desert when you're going to be in the forest most of the time. That's why maybe if your game master's nice, you can talk to him and have him tell you which one you're going to probably spend most of your time in. If they don't know, try to find where the big bad's going to be. I don't know. It all depends on how willing your game master is to give you information. And I think that's all we can cover on the Ranger today. There's a whole lot more to cover, but they're just so hard to cover in a short video like this. So until next time, let me know what you think of the Ranger, how you play the Ranger, what you thought of the video. Subscribe to get more stuff. And next time, we're going to talk about the famous or infamous, depending on who you are, rogue class.